Hi all. In this video, we are trying to understand what are the different estimation approach we have for the chatbot and how we can leverage the 3 point or bottom up approach and what exactly is this two approach estimation approach that we have. So looking into what I can say. So this is a simple Excel I have prepared to understand what is the 3 point estimation, right? So let's say if we have a particular chatbot requirement and client doesn't specify what kind of call flows they have or what are the things to be included for particular chatbot estimation, right? So what we usually do is we break up particular flows into three, right? Simple, medium, and complex. Okay, in the simple, we just keep the flow iteration. When I say flow iteration, what is the flow iteration? So just take an example, right? So I have this call flow from via OD, right? One of the videos which is available in the YouTube. So over here, what we are asking is, so this is based on the IVR, not for the chatbot, just to give you high level example, right? I'm explaining over here. So let's take example like, okay, we have requirement or we have a use case of two thing, right? Account unlock and password reset. So yeah, chatbot greeted, user said something. So this is one iteration. Okay, we played something and we ask for another information like what is the date of birth. This is for authentication and user specify something. So this is two iteration. Again, we ask for something like employee number and user provided something. This is three iteration. And then we play back after doing the web service, and that's a fourth iteration. So this is the iteration, like how many time to and fro conversation is there. We also have a web service over here. Now considering this into mind, so this will not fall into zero web service. So we have one web service, right? So this particular call flow at high level, or you can say the cut effort wise, will fall into estimation of 24-hour cut effort. Okay, so I'm specifying cut effort. Okay, so keep this in word in this mind. This is not the actual cost of the implementation. This is just a cut effort, or you can say development effort. Okay, similarly, if you compare between medium and the complex, only thing I have varied is the language. So let's say if this particular call flow we required in two languages, right, English and Hindi, then it will be I'm taking like 40 hours as a cut effort. Okay. Another approach we have, so this is at high level. If client does not specify any call flows, how to take is, so you can usually take a effort based on simple, medium, and complex. If you have a particular call flow, and if they doesn't specify, so usually you take the figure like two medium, two simple, one complex. Okay, so what it will go 40 for medium, sorry, complex, two medium means 48 and two simples means 60. So you specify this thing as an assumptions that okay, I am taking this particular number of use cases to give you the estimate of the particular RFP, right? This is all based on the RFP where they have not given. Moving on. So how much it is? 40, 40, 88, 88. Oh, let me do like this. So 104 hours for, let's say, this two simple, two medium, and one complex. Okay. Now, so this is for the 3 point assumption, and this is at high level. I will go more deep dive into coming sessions. This is just to give you high level, like how we can do the 3 point estimation. Similarly, there is another estimation approach called bottom up estimation, where a particular SME, yes, SME or subject matter expert is required to break up a particular solution. So over here we are taking example of chatbot, and we have divided the chatbot into different categories and what are the different uh, integration or solution approach we required. What are the ones we take them as an isolation? Is it a medium, simple, or a complex? Shall we consider them while considering for the RFP if client has not specified anything? And how many hours it required? Again, this is again cut effort, okay, not the whole effort. Okay, so I will explain over here each one by one. And if you have any question, do specify in the comment section. Also, this Excel is uploaded into the GitHub. The link is given in the description section. Okay, so you can look over there. So I will go through this. This is a very going to be a very boring session where each and every point I am going to explain. But if you think you can skip or you can move to the 1.5x or 2x. Okay. Okay. So for keeping in mind chatbot. Okay. Uh, Categories environment. Okay. So does the chatbot access through the private or the cloud? Will be accessible in the private network or in the cloud network. When I say cloud, it means via the internet. Uh, does there is a request restriction of the libraries, right? So when we do chatbot in Node.js or any other languages, Python and all those things for backend integration, we download libraries, right? Request and all those things. Uh, does the client have any restriction to that? Okay, so I mentioned that as a 16 hours to implement particular solution for that. Data. For data, do we have to store the data chat system? Do you have to compliance with GDRPC, right? To store and delete and all those things, and where to store in the organization data repositories. So all those things over here. Agent transfer. Do we have to transfer to the agent, and in while transferring, do we have to make the interaction history? When I say interaction history, like if the user had communicated with the chat, let's say last month, and again he is coming today. So do we have to load the previous 1 month communication also, so that user can see the previous communication and all those things? Or while it is transferring to agent, do we want to show agent the previous communication and all those things? Integration with the third party, again, it's a simple one. CRM, ServiceNow, and all those things. API is available or not? These are the questions usually goes or we ask. Okay. API, again, if it is a REST based or not. SOAP is also there, another APIs, which is a little bit complicated in today's world to implement it. REST is much easier when you consider the chatbot as a framework. What are the parameters required for authentication? So these are usually the questions that we ask. For the reporting purpose, do we have API to push to the external reporting system? Do we have uh, do we need to pass the information through API to CRM system so that the agent can see a screen pop, right? Along with the user transcription, the CRM also look up the user details, right? And to show that, okay, this is a, let's say for the credit card, this is a platinum customer, this is a titanium customer, blah blah blah. So do we have to pass through the API? Again, so this is out of box reporting. So this is consider if you choose a particular chatbot framework, let's say Amazon or Google or any Microsoft or any other, right? Korai or Rasa and all those things. Does their chatbot framework supports uh, reporting for consumer and the user or the agent separately? Does they provide agent wait time, handling time, etc? Live chat and chatbot features available, right? Schedule, live monitoring, survey feature, right? So schedule, when I say schedule, it means that the generate of the report in scheduling wise. Now this is out of box. Now if it is not out of box, then if as a development team we have to develop this, then it is not a simple. This is a complex because then we have to use the APIs and the SDKs from the particular bot framework, and then everything will be like 40 hours each minimum to develop that one. Again, from the bot perspective, does it suppose a multilingual capability or not? Yes. If it is yes, also, then particular call flow get doubles, right? So this is based on particular call flow. Transfer to agent, Again, this is for the voice bot. Text-based channel, do we support rich UI? So the bot can integrate with the Instagram, can integrate with the Twitter or text box, right? So over there, the rich UI support is not there or not, like images, map, or buttons and all those things. Does it support or not? So those things we mentioned over here. So again, these are out of box. If it is not, then do the calculation how much effort is required for custom development. CAO we have mentioned. Chat to call, skill based routing again based on if the chat is towards service, sales, support, uh, cancellation, reporting or something like that. So those type of inbuilt routing is available or not, chat service required or not after the particular chat bot is completed, or let's say after the talk to the agent, do we require a survey or not? So that thing. Uh, Allow management, yeah. So supervisor can see that what exactly user and the agent chat is going on. Hint. So rather than writing everything in the chat by the agent, does it provide shortcuts or hints so that user means agent can click and it pop-ups over there. So that thing, or also the FAQs or knowledge repository responses, file transfer capability, um, integration, as again I mentioned, support from the vendor side. Does they support 24/7, or they are like dependent on the service partner? After hours handling, does it already have inbuilt, or do we have to create something? Like if the what do you say, the agents are available from, let's say, 9 to 6 p.m., something like that. List of channels, again, text based channel, voice based channel, do we have to do different integration for that? Masking, so masking of PII, personal information, PCI, credit card information, or HI, is health information. Do we have to manually handle those things, or it is automatically being handled by the framework, chatbot framework, right? So those things you have to keep in mind while, and what are the time frame it required. Does the chat store in encrypted, so that the if there is any PCI or PHI or PII information are there, it cannot be used in the reporting and all those things. So those things come into the picture. Do we have to plan for the disaster recovery if the what do you say, communications are stored into a chatbot database? Do we have to prepare for the disaster recovery? There is a backup of data. Firewall integration. Now, both of most of the framework are in cloud based, right? And to pull the information from their system, it goes to the firewall of the company. And this new protocols like from the Google gRPC is not supported by most of the firewalls, right? So we have to check with the security team and to and fro communication to understand the whole logistic view of the chatbot and its own protocol. You have to understand that, and taking to and fro conversation with the security, it takes a painful. So I also mentioned it's hour required if you have to deal with that one. uh, Integrated with existing portal or external channel. So if it is integration with external existing portal, right? So what are the things that you require? Do we have to send you just a JavaScript or the framework base, or is it a custom UI you have to create and all those things? So keeping all those things in mind, we what I have done is break up a chatbot and holistically everything in the chatbot into different categories. So when a particular client shared a RFP, right, or requirement, you put it over there. What are the things is been covered or they required, and you can get the cut effort out of it. So this is called bottom up estimation. So I know this is a little bit tricky over here. One we discuss the 3 point estimation, where we have no idea what client required. Okay, so we go with this approach. Another approach is bottom up estimation, where client have specifically specify in a chatbot or in a chatbot from specific vendor what are the things we required, and if they have listed all the things they required, uh, does it come into this any of this category and how many hours it required. So you can just pull it from here and start calculating your estimates. Okay, so this is at high level how to do estimation for known and unknown using bottom up and what is the name, 3 point estimation. Okay, so in the next chapter we will cover how to do, or sorry, so once we get the RFP, right, we will discuss how to, what are the questions we should have or ask, and once we are done with that, we will do the simple example of estimation. Okay, and then on top of that we will do the resource loading. So once that part is completed, then we will move back to few things like architecture, assumptions, dependency, and here. So next is estimates. I have told you over here, but in the next I will share how to do the estimates, or the calculation, and also the resource loading. Hopefully you like the video. Keep like and subscribe. Thank you.